Then Jesus became very sorrowful when he saw him walk away and said, "How hard is it for those who have riches to enter the kingdom of God? For it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God." And those who heard Jesus say it said this, "Who then can be saved?" And then Jesus said, "The things which are impossible with men are possible with God." Everybody say, the stuff that's impossible for me to do with my money will be possible with God. Okay, so what was Jesus saying when he said that famous phrase that we all quote? He was saying, look, you know what? It was absolutely impossible for the rich young ruler to give what I was telling him to give. But God, with God, I will make it possible. Now, how is God going to make it possible? How would God have made it possible for this guy to do what Jesus was asking him to do and give it away all? The answer is in that word, possible. If you look it up in the Strongs, it means this: strong in soul. Strong in soul, meaning it was impossible for him to give everything Jesus was asking him to give because he had something wrong in his soul. He had fear in his soul. He had attachment to money in his soul. He had idolatry, whatever it was. But it was coming from his soul. It was his soul, man, that wouldn't let him obey God when it came to his money, even though he was obeying God in everything else. See, it's your soul that's afraid. It's your soul that doubts that God's really going to do it when he tells you to tithe this or give this much. Your spirit man never doubts God. Your spirit man's not afraid. Your spirit man wants to go on the adventure. Where do I sign the check? I believe. But your soul man doesn't. And it's your soul that's making you miss the opportunities. How do I know? Look at what happened. Look at what happened. After Jesus said, he saw him walk away and he said, well, you know what's impossible? God will be possible. Impossible for men will be possible with God. And then he says this is what will happen when people are strong in soul. And then he reads the rest. He says this: assuredly, I say to you, there is no one, everybody say no one, who has left house or parents or brothers or wife or children for the sake of the kingdom, who shall not receive many times more in this present time and in the age to come. Wow, the rich young ruler was unable to give because he needed to be strong in soul. He had an issue in his soul, and that's what prevented him from stepping out in obedience to give what Jesus was asking him to give. But if he gave everything and followed Jesus, then you know what would have happened? Well, when you follow Jesus, what happens? You get your soul healed. And then what would have happened? He would have received many times more in this present time. Say present time. He would have received many things more in this present time, and he would have been known in the Bible as a super duper rich billionaire ruler. But it was his soul that made him turn and walk away. He couldn't give because what was in here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Man, I'm on an adventure right now. I'm on an adventure. I notice the more I get healed in here, the more I'm like, can we give? Can we give? When can we give? What can we give? Come on, let's give. Give. This is great. Let's give some more. I am like listening with my antennas up, listening for God. When do you want me to give? How much do you want me to give? Where do you want me to give? I'm ready to give. Ready? And he doesn't tell me every single time, but there'll be those moments when he finally comes and says, okay, we're ready to give. You ready? I got a plan. I got a place for you to plant a seed because I've got a harvest that's coming from that seed. And I'll be like, yes.